Welcome to Papa Z's Bees. This is a follow-on discussion of the quick spring inspection we did for the corner hive. Here's the discussion list or the task list, pretty much what we had for the other hive, exactly the same. So first thing we'll do is we'll smoke the landing board to calm the bees down a bit. As you can see, there's an awful lot of bees flying today. It was pretty windy, actually very windy. You can see my wife's pants juggling in the wind there. Temperature was probably around 60, so it was warm, but it was not warm enough that I wanted to spend a whole lot of time in it. So we'll get started and get in there. First thing we're going to do is remove the little insulating form that we had at the top above the feed, in this case the fondant pack, which I just removed. And just like in the other hive, that Hive Alive fondant pack really did well. The bees seemed to really like it. They took 2 full packets in this hive as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to stop feeding the fondant and start feeding them syrup to help in their buildup. So we're going to remove the feeder shim here and do a quick inspection like we did in the other hive. Lots of junk on the top of this, so I'm going to try to clean out some of it. Just like in the corner hive, we'll look at a few of the frames. First thing we'll do is look at the beetle trap, and there were no beetles, which is good. Look through a few of these and see what we find in this medium super, which is kind of the bees' grocery store. We don't touch this except to look at it. We won't harvest any of this. You can see there's a few bees, and you can see the coloration of the wax is a little bit different, which means there has been some stuff in there, and they consumed it over the winter, which is what you want for this grocery area. So now we're going to center everything back up and dig down into the brood box. It's interesting, there's not anything holding these boxes together other than just the bee propolis and the friction. So you'd think that there might be more things holding them together, but there's really not. Smoke them down here a bit. And let's take a look at the first frame. This outer frame, which you usually expect to see just honey stores, if it's like the upper box, it's going to be empty. As bees will do, there's some burr comb at the top. I'm going to take some of it off, but not a whole lot, because I want to keep this short, so I don't want them to lose any more of the heat that they've already built up than we have to. As expected, there's just not much there. A few bees, but no honey, no nectar. So we'll go on to the next frame. The closer you get to the middle, the more you would expect to find brood, and that's really what I'm searching for. These both queens have kind of not followed that. They kind of lay where they want to lay. But here you can see there's more bees on this, but still really not much brood. This queen's typically laid more in the frames closest to the camera here, so I really wasn't expecting to find much. Again, more bees, lots of bees, which is good. I mean, the buildup is in progress. Still not much capped brood. There has been some because there's just a lot of bees. Now we're beginning to see some brood. There's so many bees on this frame, you can't really see the quality of the pattern, but it was really good pattern for this early in the year. This other side there's less bees, so it's much easier to see the quality of the brood pattern that she had. So pretty much satisfied that she's laying and she's doing well. So I'm gonna box everything back up as usual, move everything back towards the middle, and you put all the frames back in, put them in the order in which they came out. And now we'll put the beetle trap back in, because as it warms up, we should see more and more beetles, if we're going to have any. Hopefully we won't. Medium super grocery store goes back on. And now the feeder shim. You can see in there's some styrofoam kind of cut out with the places for the rapid round, which is what we just put in there. and now with some syrup in there, so the bees will have some food to build up on. Put the lid back on, wrap it around, and then we'll box it back up.
Okay, so we've looked at both of them, and this one had been warmer hive all winter long, so I'm not surprised that it's doing better and having more brood. I didn't see much brood in there, but I didn't want to go too far in the other hive because I think it's kind of weak. So I'm going to give them lots of sugar water and let them fill up and start filling their comb. This one didn't have any comb any honey in the upper medium super here. So what we'll have to do is make sure we give them some honey, or more sugar syrup as well. So we'll put these little insulators back in, cover it up, and we'll be done for this time.
Well, thanks for watching. Appreciate you. Please subscribe and watch again for more videos.